So, are we live? Looks like we are live. It's the top of the hour. Welcome, everybody, to the John Lavenia Success Mastermind. I'm John Lavenia here with you. Is this thing going live or what?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. All right, very good. Very good. So, hey, Catherine. Hey, Missy. Hey, Lindsay. I have a big win, a big win to share. It has nothing to do with anything in terms of our Success Mastermind. However, well, I guess it kind of does, right? Because I'm manifesting stuff. So that's kind of cool. Before I get into that, though, so hold your horses there for a minute. I do want to acknowledge that yesterday we had Books for Britain with Mandy and the crew. They're covering, or they did cover, more of the chapters from Joseph Murphy's classic, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Of course, that recording is posted. And we had Adrian Garner with Life and Business Tools yesterday, talking about new businesses and new product launches. So that is really cool stuff. The recordings have been posted. So if you're a member here, go into your members site and check it out if you missed the live sessions. If you're not a member here, you're just seeing this on YouTube, go to John Lavenia or JL, my initials, successmastermind.com, jlsuccessmastermind.com, and solve that problem immediately. You deserve a membership here. So we're going to get that done. Actually, we're looking at some enhancements to the content that we put out here, more like organizational enhancements, because I think the content is friggin' amazing. I'll tell you what, I go back and I watch some of these episodes, not just that I host, but we've got a whole team of facilitators here, and we got some really profound stuff that's come through these sessions. So anyway, I'm excited about that, and I'm glad you're all here. So here's my win. You want to hear my win, or you don't give a damn? Who cares, John? Hey, Giovanna, I was this close to having Shannon hosting today, this close, but she got double booked. I was thinking of you at the time as well. So as you guys know, I recently moved, and it was a big win for me to just set up my bookshelf and put my friggin' plant in the corner, right? Well, I had no furniture in here except the chair, right, that I'm sitting in right now. Well, guess what? Facebook Marketplace. Look at this beauty. Look at that. So you want to hear the story of this? So I was looking at these couches. Yeah, let's keep looking at the couch while I show you this. Okay. So I'm looking at these couches, and I'm not sure, there's this one, there's that one. Hey, smoking, pets, whatever. Is it real leather? Is it vinyl? I'm not buying garbage. I had vinyl once before. Never again. Okay. So just because it turns to nothing, right? Well, after a lot of wear on it, it just comes apart. And so this guy posted this one right down the street, $150. And I said, hold on a second here. Is that what kind of conditions it in? It's like new. It's like new. Okay. Is it real leather? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not, it's not my thing. So I go and I check it out. It's damn well, it is real leather. It is like top grain, like awesome. Wound up doing some research on it. It's worth about $2,000. I got it for $175.
Delivered.
Bucks delivered. $150 if I want to pick it up myself. So now my wife covets my couch. Okay. So I said, thou shalt not covet thy husband's couch. It's a little bit bigger. I was looking for like a love seat. It takes up like almost the whole friggin' wall. But my goodness, you can go to sleep on that thing. That is like, wow. So you know what? Sharing a win with you guys. I got a black, and that was the color. I'll take any color as long as it's black. I've had all the different shades of brown, and they're nice, and it goes with the wood and whatever, but black, right? So yeah, I got it. So thank you for listening to my story. So what did you guys get? What wins have you experienced recently? Right? Look, there's got to be, here's something that's coming up for me as a business consultant, as someone who has managed teams and sales organizations and all the stuff that I've had my hands in. People got to have wins. So let's say that you just engaged in, maybe you bought a course, maybe you bought a e-commerce course, or maybe you joined a marketing deal, or you you started, some business that already existed before you, right? Like a franchise or a network marketing kind of a thing, or something where you did not originate the entire enterprise, that you're along for the ride to save yourself some time. That's good. Okay. Um, with that, you give up a bit of control. Okay. So let's say, for example, and I do this, right? I've got a third party product provider, and I do the marketing, the consulting, and what have you. And then they control product and delivery and all the problems that I don't have. That's nice. I don't want those problems. I'm not legal. I'm not accounting. Don't talk to me about the science, right? So it's good stuff. Buy the stuff, right? That's my job. Get it sold. So, so here's the thing though. When I see people come into an opportunity or a new business, whether it's e-commerce or networking or whatever, they got to have wins pretty quick. This is something I've noticed, and I've been trained as well on this. But when people have, let's say, a certain level of commitment, okay, not too much. I didn't just put $500,000 on the table. I didn't just buy the franchise. I just, spent a couple thousand on the course, or however much to get into that business opportunity or whatever. I could just as easily take a walk and cut my losses from a couple $1,000s. So why bother even showing up, right? Why bother even joining if we're not going to hit it really, really hard? When people behave as if they did put the $1 million on the table, right? And in other words, this is it. This has to work for me. There's a different approach than what I see most people, the approach that most people take, which is more of the dilettante, right? The weekender. But when we're committed, we can weather a bit more of a delayed or deferred gratification to build our own skills and to really man that post, which we signed up to man. Keep in mind, I'm not, in this case, this hypothetical example, I'm not the product creator or whatever. Okay, fine. But I still have to man that post. And it's the post that I signed up for, and that is sales, marketing, consulting, whatever, the title of it happens to be. Basically, it all comes down to sales, always. But the thing is that I see with people who have not the level of commitment, like they just bet the farm on this, and now it has to work, right? They tend to want instant gratification, and when they don't get it, they're gone. Now, this is a phenomenon that we could see again and again in all different areas and industries. It's not unique to this or that. So then the question in my mind is, how do we help people get wins early in the process? Early in the process. Give you one example. Missy and Lindsay and several others know about a shopping club that we work with. And the way it's designed, you've got, here's the whole product line. And then all you do is enroll people in the shopping club, and they buy whatever they want, and you get paid. Okay. And there's no like financial risk to you. I mean, you're a shopping club member too. You buy products. You were going to buy them anyway at the store, but here you are getting better deals and whatever. And as soon as assuming you want to refer others to the shopping club, as soon as you do that, 1, 2, maybe 3 times, depending on how much you tend to spend at the shopping club yourself, but you tend to be in profit like that fast. You tend to be in profit. So fast wins. Okay, low risk, quick wins. Okay, and then there's more to the story. There's lots more game. You can go on to make millions and whatever. Okay, but nobody's losing in that deal, and therefore it's very rare for someone to leave. So that is one way to answer the question that comes up for me. How do we help people get wins quickly? Considering short attention spans, low levels of commitment. Okay, so that's one way, sort of a risk reversal kind of a way. Yes, so you see what I'm saying with that. Here's another example. We have people who are learning e-commerce. Some of you here in this group are doing this, sourcing products. Here's the Vietnamese or the India or China or whatever. Here's the product sourcing, and of course there's the outlay of cash Okay, so now we're talking about more of an investment typically, right? Thousands, maybe tens of thousands of dollars. And depending on I guess the level of aptitude that the person already has coming into that scenario, or how quickly they suck up the training, right? They may or may not see quick returns. Break even, maybe give that some months, maybe a year, right? Maybe more. Again, there's all different approaches to this, but for them to be profitable, typically the quick wins are not much more than hey, I made some sales. I'm not in profit yet. I'm still, in the red, but proof of concept, that's a win. That's a win if we acknowledge it. Okay, look, that worked, right? Mr. and Mrs. Public bought my stuff. All right. The problem I see comes in where people have a longer learning curve, and so they don't have proof of concept for themselves. They have it as a third party observing what, here's what others did, and that's valid. Okay, but it's not real for the newcomer until they've experienced some wins themselves. Okay, so then the question is there something that can be done systemically to help people get wins faster, to acknowledge for themselves that yes, they're on the right path? You see, when I was looking at, and this is again a kind of a weird bridge that I'm building here, but when I was looking at couches, and this one, I'm not sure, that one's got, well, that one smells a little bit like cigarette smoke or something. So there was all these maybes, right? But when I found that one, yes, okay, and I knew it. So anything we're approaching in life, we can have that same sort of experience, right? Where we can go from, maybe or no, right, to a knowingness, like a yes, right? That's a win. When I cognite something, okay, when I have a cognition, like a aha moment, an awakening, a moment of clarity, that's a win for me if I acknowledge it. Okay. We feel this, don't we? We feel this inside. We feel like, oh man, I just got the answer. Hey, you ever look for the answer for something and you can't figure it out and this and that, and oh my goodness, it's not solving. And then suddenly you've got the solution. What a relief. That's a win. So my question to each of us then is, how can we set ourselves up for consciously, recognizing that we're winning? Because drudgery sucks. I mean, people will only last so long. And I'm also all for perseverance and persistence, right? Henry Ford, right? Persisted. You can read Napoleon Hill, right? He said if Henry Ford had only one trait, it was persistence. The guy never gave up. Okay, so in fact, people called him obstinate. Okay, fine. How many Henry Fords do we have here, right? So that's just one example. I would say I'm in that range, although I haven't changed the world like Henry Ford did, but with transportation. But well, yeah, maybe I've changed a couple things. But actually, Henry Ford said if I asked people what they wanted, they would have asked for a better horse. So yeah, so much for that. Opinions, okay, but you, okay, so you've got the ability to persist. But I think you also have to be able to recognize that you're going in the right direction, whether it's big wins or little wins. I think where a lot of people get tripped up, regardless of whatever the business or the opportunity or the methods are, people get tripped up because they keep looking at what they haven't gotten yet. They stay in the maybe. And we've got to find the yes. We've got to find the certainty. Remember what Wallace Wattles said: you don't get rich by doing certain things. Do whatever you want. Okay. You get rich by doing things in a certain way. Right. A certain way. So when we're in that certain way, just like I was sold on that couch. Okay. Now that's something easy to do. I didn't have to produce anything except, some money, but when we've got that knowingness, that certainty, that confidence, it feels different than the person who's just hoping to make it another day. And they come and they say, oh, I'm not discouraged. Oh, I just say that. I'm not discouraged. Yeah, you are. Yeah. You wouldn't be saying the word discouraged unless it was on your mind, right? I'm not gonna quit. Don't say that. I brought up once before my friend Michael Loge, who wrote the book Law of Attraction. He said that the three words you want to be careful with are don't, not, and no. Don't, not, and no. Don't let me forget to pick up the kids. Oh, don't say that. Hey, help me remember to pick up the kids. Now we're talking. Okay. Now we're on the right path. So thinking in positives and acknowledging positives, I think is, well, it certainly requires, if we've been in the habit of just, parroting and regurgitating what we hear other people say, it's going to take a little bit of effort. Okay. But if we're conscious of our own, thinking and dialogue, then, we're going to catch ourselves on that stuff. And this isn't like a new thing. We've talked about this before. But can we also, in addition to all the things we've talked about in terms of our internal and external dialogue, the language we run on ourselves all the time, can we also find ways to acknowledge what's working? Find ways to acknowledge that we are on the right path. In other words, to develop that certainty for ourselves, to develop that knowingness. I didn't know that it was a $2,000 couch. I knew it was real leather. And then we started looking at the tags. My wife, while I was cleaning it up, making sure it's all nice and pretty, she's like, I can't read these tags. They were in Italian. I was like, oh. Thank you. So that's a fortuitous, kind of a thing. I could have bought the other couch. There might have been a piece of crap, but we did okay at this time. You could have bought the other business. You could have gone down the other road, but you didn't. You went down this one, and you're winning at this one. How are you winning? That's the point. You got to acknowledge the wins. I'm saying this to all of you, but there's one person who needs to hear this more than anybody. Me, because I can get so fixated on what hasn't worked, what hasn't happened, what's wrong, what problem is not yet solved. Me, I'm the one who needs to hear this. You guys get to listen in. That's nice for you. Okay. But I've seen, throughout, oh my goodness, throughout my life, I can look at and compare myself, right? I can look at where other people have gone and say, oh, well, I'm not there yet, and immediately invalidate all of my wins. Gail's really awesome at that. I'm not so great at that. I suck. Oh, see what just happened? Now, all of us have strengths, okay, which are also wins, right? At any time I recognize an ability that I have, that is that's edifying, that's self-edifying, that's good, right? It's not an egotistical or conceited thing. It's actually a humble thing. What is humility? Honest self-appraisal. So yeah, I've got shortcomings, but oh, look at these assets, look at these wins, look at these strengths, right? Oh, but now I compare myself to the other person who's further down the road, which I may or may not even be walking down. I don't know. Do I even want that? But they've demonstrated some spectacular result, and therefore mine are not valid. Invalidating our own wins. Some of us are experts at that. So something as mundane as a black leather couch, kind of gives me a thrill. In fact, this happened yesterday. Remember, I said yesterday, I got all this stuff done, and I put myself on demand into that, mindset, that flow, right? Well, that was one of the decisions that I made, was to have the guy deliver the couch, which was delivered right before we went live here. So when I feel good, I do good. Here's, I guess, the punchline for all of it is that the more I'm in a positive emotional state, enthusiasm, exhilaration, something better than, boredom or monotony, right? Let's just, if we look at it like, these are higher emotions, right? I guess bliss and, all that would be, total serenity. Okay. But let's just talk about enthusiasm. So when I'm in an enthusiastic state, I tend to make better decisions. I go faster. I get more done. Okay. And so then the question then is, how do we cultivate our own enthusiasm. Yesterday, we talked about listening to audiobooks and doing various things to correct our mindset or to improve our standard of living, which includes our mindset, on demand. Okay. I think that the thing that I may have neglected, and I'm sure there's more, but the thing I may have neglected is acknowledging our wins. You know what? We have in my business groups, we have communities, right, where people come out and say, hey, I just, accomplished this, or I just, did that. And others celebrate that. Others celebrate that. Not everyone, but many others do. The ones who don't celebrate it are typically the ones who are fixated on what they haven't done yet. The idea, so here's a negative emotion, envy, right? I think Waddell's talked about this as well. Nothing will cause riches to take flight faster than that, right? So when I'm feeling good, I'm doing good. When I'm feeling bad, well, now I can be my own worst enemy, right? So here's what I haven't done yet. They have, I haven't. I'm comparing myself. I'm invalid. They're great. Oh, right. Has anybody else experienced anything like that? You may be hearing this thinking, oh, John, you're immune to all that. Well, I mean, I've come a long way, and I don't sit there in that crap anymore. Okay. But I still, I'm green enough to recognize that it exists. And I can go ahead and be lazy, mentally lazy, right? And engage in this or that, project and look at, what I haven't accomplished yet. So yeah, I can fall into that still. I don't think anybody's immune to that. So then your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to celebrate some wins. We've got many of us have like a dream board, goals, right? Images of things that you are intending to experience in your life: the new car, the house, the vacation, the huge, crypto wallet or something, piles and piles of gold and silver that you could just sit there and, take a treasure bath or something. Treasure bath. Anybody remember that movie, History of the World Part 1, Mel Brooks, with Dom DeLuise played Caesar, and they gave him a treasure bath? Oh, that's a crazy movie. Classic. Gregory Hines. Yeah. Anyway, so you can look at these things that you've accomplished, and just like you've got the dream board of what you intend, perhaps you can have the accomplishment board. You don't have to physically do this, although you could take inventory. Some people call this a gratitude list. And you could do this with I suppose, pictures as well. But here's all the things that you've accomplished. Here's all the things you have. Here's all the things you're grateful for. Gail's got to go. We'll see you, Gail. That would be a way to acknowledge what you have, and we're grateful for what we have, not what we lack, right? And to him who hath shall be given. So you see the upward spiral? To him who hath shall be given. To him who hath not shall be taken away, even that which he hath. So we damn well better get our heads straight on this. We damn well better celebrate some wins. You want more wins? Start recognizing your wins. That's what's coming up for me today. In Shannon's stead, maybe I can rope her into co-hosting with me tomorrow. We'll figure this out. She wanted to host with us today, but she got double booked. Anyway, you guys have any wins you want to share? Doesn't have to be profound, because that's all relative, right? My couch, I don't know how profound that is, but I shared it with you. My goodness, and if it wasn't this one, I would have gotten a different one. Missy, what wins have you experienced?
Well, I want to express gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have had wins. I have somebody who reached out to me from Instagram with 97,000 followers who wants to advertise my Etsy store. I don't know if he's a nutcase or a real person, but anyway, but really I want to acknowledge Virginia, Linda Landry, and Lindsay for telling me about this book, which I think Lindsay won from Shannon for something, the Law of Attraction Planner, and it gives you a place in there. You can't not, it's right there, victories, you write it down. and the little things are really important. I haven't had a sale in a week, but I'm not upset. I'm good with delayed gratification. It's okay. I waited all these years and everything's going in the right direction. And also, I know for sure, I think Linda told me she has duck feathers, nothing bothers her. Well, I spent a life with no feathers. So I got to grow those because that's why things would rub me the wrong way because I had no duck feathers. So I'm growing them. And if you say things like take things in your stride, well, you have to be able to make that stride. So you have to grow into that stride. And I'm doing that. And I am acknowledging it to myself like, wow, look, I didn't. And all those things make me feel really good. And we have a subgroup from this group, thanks to Ivier's inspiring message last week, to hold each other accountable. And I am with two wonderful boss lady women who are, it feels like we're in what is that thing? A rising tide raises all boats. That's what's happening with us. And we've barely just started. And it's all from here. So there's just tremendous gratitude to everybody. You don't know, if I haven't mentioned it, you may have said something that just clicked with me and I didn't get a chance to thank you, but everything in every meeting, somebody says something that is wonderful and magnificent. I've never been to one of these where I haven't felt lifted up. Mm-hmm. And I can't say that about most other places. So when you say you haven't changed the world, don't you dare ever say that again.
Oh, okay.
Don't do that.
Okay, I won't do that. Thank you for the correction. I deserve correction from Missy. Thank you. Love you, Missy. So glad you're here. Any other wins you want to share? I think Lindsay got her hair styled. That's a win, I suppose. Right. I can't hear her. There she is.
Yep. My head feels light again. No ponytail. But no, it's a win. We, if you can't do a power hour, then you set a timer. Do what you can in that amount of time, and we've done that. And this morning, so I mean, it is good to maybe not get it done, but it's done. I mean, it actually is done. Actually, we did that. So yeah, we're getting things done. It's a win.
Good times. Good times. Thank you, Lindsay. All right. Any other thoughts? I see we got Catherine's here, Daisy, Edward, Giovanna, Virginia. Wins. Okay. Well, you could today, if you like, go and just recognize how good you actually got it, like what's working. And, maybe take a little inventory of that. And then when you feel good, you do good. I love you guys. Let's make it a great day. I'll be back here with you tomorrow for Fun Friday. I might even have, now that Lindsay did her hair, I might even have cut and colored my hair. We'll see. Don't hold me to that. Might. So that's a maybe. We'll see.